Why do people run to false gods even after encountering the real God? It's not confusion, it's not ignorance, it's not lack of evidence, it's convenience. False gods are easy. False gods are comfortable. False gods never confront you, but the real God, the living God, is holy, and holiness is terrifying. The real God shines a light into the parts of us we'd rather keep hidden. He confronts the motives we disguise. He exposes the idols we protect. He calls for surrender, obedience, repentance, transformation. But false God? A false God lets you stay exactly as you are. A false God never says no. A false God never convicts. A false God never challenges your lifestyle. A false God is predictable, safe, controllable. That is why people drift. Not because God is unclear, but because idols are easy. This isn't a modern problem. It's ancient. It's human. The Israelites saw the Red Sea split. They saw water pour from a rock. They saw manna fall from heaven. They saw fire descend on Sinai. And still, they drifted. Baal, the storm god. The god of rain, crops, prosperity. A god who promised results without righteousness. Asherah, the goddess of fertility and pleasure. A god who demanded nothing but participation. Molech, the god of power, fear, and sacrifice. A god who offered control in exchange for compromise. Why did Israel run to them? Because Baal didn't demand holiness, Asherah didn't call for obedience, Molech didn't confront sin. The real God said, "Be holy, for I am holy." The idols said, "Be whatever you want. We don't care." And the flesh always chooses comfort over conviction. Think of the golden calf. Moses was on the mountain, speaking with God. The people were at the base, building an idol. They had seen the plagues. They had walked through the sea. They had eaten bread from heaven. And still, they wanted a God they could shape with their own hands. A God they could see. A God they could control. A God who would never speak back. Miracles don't cure idolatry. Only surrender does. Today, people don't want atheism. They want a softer Jesus. A Jesus who never confronts sin. A Jesus who never calls for repentance. A Jesus who never asked for sacrifice. A Jesus who exists to affirm, not transform. But that Jesus is a false God wearing Christ's name. The real Jesus says, "Deny yourself, take up your cross, go and sin no more, follow me." The false Jesus says, "Stay the same, do what you want, never change." One leads to life. The other leads to destruction. Solomon, the wisest man on earth, yet he built altars to foreign gods to please his wives. Wisdom didn't save him from idolatry, comfort destroyed him. Jeroboam created golden calves so Israel wouldn't return to Jerusalem. He preferred political control over spiritual truth. Ahab and Jezebel institutionalized Baal worship because Baal offered power without purity. The Pharisees rejected Jesus because he threatened their system, their authority, their comfort. People don't reject God because he is weak. They reject him because he is real, and reality demands change. Today's idols don't have names like Baal or Molech. They have names like success, pleasure, comfort, self-expression, personal truth, influence, identity. People don't bow to statues. They bow to desires. They don't burn incense. They burn time, energy, and devotion. They don't sacrifice children to Molech. They sacrifice purity, integrity, and calling. Idolatry never disappeared, it just changed clothes. But here is the truth. When you walk with the real God, when you feel His word cut through your excuses, when you see His character, His holiness, His mercy, the counterfeits lose their shine. The more clearly you know Him, the more insane it feels to replace Him. Because idols promise comfort, but God offers transformation. Idols promise ease, but God offers eternity. Idols promise pleasure, but God offers purpose. Idols promise freedom, but God offers Himself. And He is worth everything. People don't run to false gods because God is unclear. They run because false gods are comfortable. But comfort cannot save you. Convenience cannot redeem you. A God you can control is not a God who can rescue you. The real God, the living God, is worth surrender, worth obedience, worth sacrifice, worth everything, because He alone is real. He alone is holy. He alone transforms, and every idol, ancient or modern, crumbles in His presence.